We do not need incremental change. We need bold leadership. And that is what Bernie Sanders brings to the conversation. We do not need someone who's ready to hit that shiny red button when they get into office and create more wars, create more inhumanity around the world, create more tension, more fear. Understand how significant this is. You're here because you're talking to each other. Not because you're being encouraged by the DNC. Not because you're being encouraged by the media. But because you're talking to each other. The youth has been on the right side of history on every issue. They talked about those hippie college kids when they were protesting against Vietnam. Martin Luther King Jr., who Bernie Sanders walked with, couldn't have gotten and done what he did when it wasn't for high school students who said, I'm not afraid to do a sit-in. They didn't listen to us when we said no on the bailout. They didn't talk about how remarkable and beautiful it was when millions of people around the world marched for peace before a war. Before the Iraq War, millions of people across nations marched across cultures, across language, and said no. So Bernie wasn't the only one who was right to vote against the Iraq War. We were. And it's really time that we make them listen. We need someone who has bold leadership to understand that with climate change, with healthcare, with education, with our future at stake, that we need bold leadership from someone we can trust. Someone who has stood up for justice his entire life. They haven't listened to him, but we are. And we need to keep spreading that message because people are voting against themselves. They are hurting themselves and their future. And we need to help them because we need to help each other because this is about us. It's not me. It's not one person. It's not just a party. This isn't the GOP versus the DNC. This is about the 99% that is too big to fail.